way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Open up the window. Yeah. There we go. That's the video.
Fam, she sounds like she's singing an anime OVA, you know, like.
Fam, 3 languages she crushed. Simple. Acapella. She just... Fam, I want to be able, inshallah, to be up, meet her, be like, thank you for providing us with top tier content.
Yo, she needs to be an XXL freshman.
100% fam. No, fam, that's live, a freestyle. Authentic. That's not no rap cap. That's not mumble rap. That's the levels to this.
Who has a harder for her little baby? Who you going, man?
I need the verses for that. I need the verses for that.
You need the verse, LA?
What's her name? Mama Muscles.
I'm going little baby.
Out,
yeah, you gotta shout her out, fam. Drop her at, fam. We need to show her love.
Mama 3F Kuhesa. I don't know. They never put her name. To be honest, it is what it is. But how the man doing?
We good.
We chill. I'm big chillin'.
We already here. We breathing. We're alive.
We're live.
Big up to Big Free Man, Benji Wilson.
This is start of a journey.
Beginning
of something that I was anticipated for a while.
Real shit, man.
You already know we had to go and find the crew and assemble the team, and we're about to elevate. You already know. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the voice of the sidewalks. Pedestrians with a voice, no block talk.
Spit some wisdom, no hot talk.
But you know we still in the streets, cause we jaywalk.
Fly like Jordan, we the voice, this that go talk.
No sheep, not livestock.
We keep peace streets in the sidewalk.
On time like alarm clock.
On ground like a tread walk.
This that authentic talk.
Hey, yo, Free Man, hit him with the ha ha ha.
The voice is the bomb.
Keep the sidewalks calm, you dig? King,
We're not back, fam.
Oh,
We're here.
But
That's
listen,
all
we
here, we live.
Now they know. We've been at it. Now
Real
they
nigga shit. This is the start of a journey. Inshallah, lasts a long time. A journey that we can enjoy. A journey that we'd have to look perfect to others. It's like, yo, fuck being picture perfect. At the end of the day, I want to be me.
We ain't picture perfect, but we worth the picture still.
That's, you know, the bars. That's
That
the bars.
lyrics,
That's J. Cole with the
So
bars.
let's introduce you to the roster right now. Let's introduce the roster. I go by up to Sharks. The reason I go by up to Sharks is because I provide for everyone, you know? When you provide for everyone, you sort of become, you have some type of, not ownership, but you own them niggas, basically. I'm up to, I'm a big eyeball, everything in the car.
You're hub your sharks a lot.
Call me hub if you want to, fat.
And the sharks.
Up to Galanka. Me, I go by $20. You want to hear more of the origins? Find our next episode, but I'll tell you a little bit since it's the first time, you know? Tony gets dollars. Simple as that. Tony Enterprises.
And I go by Benji Wilson. You know, I had a hoop dream back in the day, but all that shit's gone. I have a torn ACL, torn meniscus, my whole knee's gone. So yo, right now just straight to the money.
The streets got
Benji time,
Well,
straight
you
to the
guys
money.
don't know. You guys know who Benji Wilson is?
No,
You guys don't know
who's
the
that?
OG Ben Wilson?
Yeah, you know what that is. I'll tell you guys.
We'll give him more details, but let me hit you with the I'm Freeman Kaizuku, free from man, all his shackles and shams. You already know what it is, man. The king of the pirates in the room here with my crew.
free of all shackles. What that means, huh?
That's crazy.
No Underground Railroad type shit. No disrespect to the great Harry Tubman, of course. But live, that's all it is. So tell us your origins of Benji Wilson. Who's Benji Wilson? For the people that don't
Listen
know.
up, everybody. Ben Wilson. Well, basically, most people will know this, but Ben Wilson was a basketball player in Chicago. He was this is like probably in the 80s. He was like a top high school ball player. This is before Michael Jordan's time too. So he was a top high school player. And then I watched a documentary a couple years ago. He's a top basketball player. And then there's one day where he got in an argument with some other guy over some stupid shit, and he got killed. So it's like he didn't even get the chance.
How did you get killed by?
He got killed by like someone tried to rob him or something, you know. And
So shot him.
he shot him. He got shot in the knee,
And he bled out.
and he bled out and died. And it was like a big news that like,
During his
the
career,
whole week.
or?
This is before he even got to college. He was a high school
Wow.
best
Wow.
high school player.
Wasn't he about to go to the draft right after
He's
that?
supposed to go to the draft too. Yeah, he's
he
supposed
was
to be
about
one.
go
Like
to high
he was straight out of Chicago as well, so he could have been like,
Yeah.
you know, basically LeBron before LeBron.
They're
you know?
literally saying
So-
he was gonna be a GOAT for MJ.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, you know,
No, and these times MJ was in the NBA, but it's like his second, third year, you know. So
LeBron's the GOAT.
imagine if he came in the league, if he didn't die or whatever. If he came to the league, him and Jordan would have been like who knows what would happen.
Yeah,
Probably see Ben
we're not
Wilson
talking
as the
about that
best.
gambling frog. That's
knowledge. That's knowledge.
That's ballin' live. That's
Ballage, free
ballage.
ballage.
That's
right
ballage.
Okay.
All
But
right.
that's where I got my name Benji Wilson from.
But yo, guys,
That's
like,
actually good because, you know, like, I didn't even know that. Still, I'm learning more about you.
Of course, you don't watch basketball.
Oh,
You watch hockey.
this guy plays tennis, bro. Fuck that.
Listen, man, I wasn't trying
Let us
to,
go.
I wasn't trying to diss you. You know, poor
come on now.
poor Benji Wilson died of a knee. He got shot in the knee, but I don't know who shot you on your knee. Wow. Anyways.
You're going there?
Anyways,
Oh my God.
let's delve into the other characters a bit more. Tony, tell us a little bit about you.
Me, you know, I'm just like, you know, I like watching main events. I like being in main events, to be honest. And I like it, you know? I just like,
You like getting money, so
yeah,
that's why
exactly,
Tony
and I'm a
gets
stickler for
dollars.
anime and stuff. But overall, you know, I like, down the line with this stuff, I want to host events, connect with viewers and stuff, and basically make an empire out here, you know? That's my main
That's
goal
real
out here.
shit. That's real shit right
Yeah.
there. That's real shit right there.
You know?
So yeah, man. At the end of the day, this is something that we wanted to do, just for the fun of it. So like, yo, Freeman, let me ask you a question. I'm walking on the street. You're going around PLP every day,
Hold it
VOTS.
down.
So what is PLP? What is VTO, VOTS? All these acronyms. What do they mean?
Start with POP.
Be
Alright,
descriptive
let me
as well.
let me start with PLP. You know, like,
That's your brand. That's what you represent.
to be honest,
Anywhere?
let me stop you right there because it's not even a brand. And you know, at the end of the day, if I die today, you know, PLP is still gonna live on. It's something that lives on without me. And you know, I'm just trying to embody it because I realize it's something bigger than me. So there's a lot of different ways I could explain PLP, but let me do it this way. PLP. So first, you start with positivity. That's the first P. You show it internally and output that energy externally. Now, internally, garnering love. Now you're nurturing that love. Now that love grows to great connections of external love. Now you could love. And then what allows that to happen next is peace. It lets peace to resonate deep within, and it allows that to be activated and through submission. And now you're able to love deeper internally, externally, radiate positivity exponentially, internally, externally. So anyway, that's all it really is, you know. We just want to be able to heal because, you know, we got a lot of trauma. Everyone has trauma. And we're not...
Everyone's been going through a lot of
Yeah.
trauma.
100%.
These past 14 months, especially, I don't know, for outsiders, people live in America, UK, Australia, Dubai, wherever. Everyone goes to different situations. But I'm talking about people in Toronto, people in Ontario, Canada. We've been locked up damn near 14 months now.
Yeah.
We're slowly starting to get freed up. But my boy DG, fam, he turned up the weather machine all week. Rain, humidity, the heat. He doesn't want people. You see people enjoying outside on the beaches, on the dirty lakes, and then he's like, bet, cranked it up a bit.
Yeah, I was going, Doug, man. I was going.
Let's tap into that topic a little bit because, you know, I feel like that's something that affects all of us, you know. We as Canadians has experienced the longest lockdown together, you know, and we also have winter, so, you know, it gets kind of depressing already as is. So imagine...
Fam, we only have summer for like
Like 3 months, man.
2 to 3 months.
Three halal months.
Depends on what global warming is saying. Then the state of the world right now is in a sticky situation.
So,
So
yo,
the
sticky
rest of that
one,
time
so-
it's cold. It's sad. It's mud outside. You see niggas taking dumps in buckets, dashing it at youths, fam.
so let me start on my left. I want to ask Benji, what's some post-pandemic lessons you got from this experience? Because we all have experienced it, and I know everyone has different things they got out of the experience because it's a big experience we all went through. You know, it's for the past 14 months, maybe even more.
You had a lot of time to think to yourself, yeah.
One of the main things I learned for these 14 months we've been in this or whatnot is time waits for no man. It's like when you gotta always be use of your time. You gotta make use of your time because wallahi waits for no man, you know. And the thing that I learned from this mostly is that people, like me included, people they can't cope with being indoors all day. You know, you're gonna have to do something. So once we're forced to be in this quarantine lockdown, then it became a forceful type of situation where you have to be indoors. You can't do anything. You gotta be with your family, and you have no choice.
There's a lot of people that realized, yo, of my family members, what do I know about them?
Exactly. I'm about to say that right now. You gotta you start taking in your family even more because before all this COVID thing, everybody's busy. You don't want,
Not even
probably
busy,
be at
fam.
work,
Some people
chill
are
with your
busy,
friends,
some people are on their book and
just
You know that
so you never have
that
time.
fast-paced life, like
Yeah.
everybody's doing something outside, but it's more like everybody was inside, everybody's together and stuff. And
Me
just kinda-
personally, it was
yeah.
kind of a good experience for me because I got to get close to my family. Start doing shit, and so
Yeah, a lot of family.
I had a lot of time to think, about my life and shit.
That's fair, that's fair, that's fair.
That's fair.
It's kind of a good time for you to kind of sit down.
That's fair because like you're right, time really waits for nobody, and like just like Tony's saying, like before it was fast paced, everyone go work this flex, but like you never, after every shift and after every flex, you never really like got time for the important things like maybe family or self-reflection. But I feel like now in lockdown we were forced to self-reflect, and Tony, give me some more like details about this, and like give me your post-pandemic lessons.
Yeah, me personally, alright, okay guys, when things started, school stopped or whatever, you remember how the first month of the pandemic was like, nothing's really happening, like everything stopped and stuff, right? There's a lot of pros and cons I seen, but like a pro was like I had a lot of me time, It's like I had to stop like going out like doing all this stuff, or a lot of time focus on myself, who I really am. So to be honest, for a pro, I found myself better. I got to know myself, and it helped me like establish everything and stuff and build my way up. And here now, like I came to like this, and I said, okay, let me record a podcast or stuff like that, and more stuff to it too, right? But a con is like after time, like around right now, stuff is like, alright, you're actually exhausted from staying home, and I noticed it's hard to bounce back. Like, say everything open and stuff, is like the pace of life slowed down while we're in the pandemic, and it's like right
Things
now,
open up,
right now you
start to pick up pace.
and you try to find ways to be productive. Like you try to be more productive, but you don't know how. Like,
everything's picking up pace, and you're still, your mindset is still within that lockdown.
Because you got used to it,
Yeah, you locked in for 14 months, fam.
sure.
Only place mainly, unless you're outside, unless you were a man like Freeman High School, who's a anti-COVID,
Anti-vaccine.
Whoa.
You're exposing him now, man.
I'm a good Samaritan, man. I follow all the laws and rules. I wear my masks. But Marky, up to you, Sharks. You said some cons mostly. I want to hear a pro from you. Like, what did you benefit from this experience?
I realized two things mainly, and I was like, family is important, because I seen a lot of people, Allah hadith to them, rest in peace to there's non-Muslims, they fell ill to the virus, or whether you want to make conspiracy theories or not, or they died to the virus or they died to another way, that's up to you at the end of the day. People still fell down. So it's like, I realized that, there's a lot of older people in my life, whether it's my mother, my father, I was worried about, my grandma, my grandpa.
Yeah.
A lot of people in your life worried about. So it's like, you gotta appreciate them more. Time does not, as you said, fam, time does not slow down for nobody.
Yeah.
It's like, at the end of the day, this virus was deadly. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's up to you. Everyone can believe what they want. I'm not trying to tell you believe in this virus. And to be honest, I'm looking at one person and I'm looking for you guys because I know everything that I'm saying you're agreeing against, besides the whole family thing, but virus related,
Whoa.
you disagree with everything. Another thing I learned during this pandemic is as content consuming, a lot of people are on their phones. A lot of people are just consuming content, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, movies, so much shit. There's a lot of people making change. I'm trying to make some change. But forget that. I'm not coming in this with the intention of, let me make change.
Like change your money or change in like...
No, change like this is money-wise. So like, I came into this like, I'm a guy who loves podcasts. I listen to many podcasts. If I'm driving, I'm not trying to bump tracks and bust on my eardrums, little baby, little there. Fuck all that shit, fam. I'm trying to listen to podcasts. I want to be able to be interacting with people, laughing on roads, fam. I'm driving traffic on, I'm dying. People looking at me like I'm a zookas. It is what it is, wallahi. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to create something with my brothers and look back towards it and say, I had fun. I enjoyed this.
All right, good. That's amazing that, like, it seems like for the pandemic, we became more productive through it. And we actually, it kind of allowed us to clear the haze and the maze in the moment. And we got, like, our vision kind of cleared up in this pandemic. Because to be honest, if we were on pandemic, I wouldn't even be linking you guys. I'd probably be somewhere else out on roads, you know? Real shit. But like now, it's going into my next question. I have to ask everybody, like, so what inspired you, everyone personally, like, what inspired them? You can say one or two or a couple of things. Like, what inspired you to actually believe in VOTS and to actually make this a real thing and make it reality?
First off, let's just start off in the beginning. VOTS. What does VOTS mean? VOTS means Voice of the Sidewalks. I remember that FaceTime call where we were all together saying, hey, let's think of a name for a podcast. And then you, Freeman, said, hey, who's Voice of the Streets? And then we all like, Lil Durk. We're not the streets. And that's true. Every single one of us is like, yo, I knew you guys for a certain period of my lives, majority of my lives. So it's like, I know you're not streets affiliated, and I know myself, I'm not streets affiliated. I would never come out and claim I'm streets affiliated because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to become a victim to gun violence. So it's like, yo, I'm on the sidewalks mainly. Whether it's riding on TTC, it's train, walking somewhere, anywhere. I'm on the sidewalks. I'm a pedestrian. I'm a civilian, you know? So it's like, I know what's going on in the streets, but I'm an outsider type shit. If you get what I mean. Mm-hmm. That's what we mean by VOTS. We want to be able to be a voice for the people that don't have a voice. And at the end of the day, this podcast is like, yo, we know what's going on in Toronto. Toronto's mud. So it's like, yo, Ilan Harisa to all the fallen, whether you're from this block, I don't care. I don't gangbang. I'm not going to die for no fucking postal code. That's me. And I'm pretty sure I can say the same thing for you guys. Yeah. So it's like, yo, being a voice of Sidewalks, we're all frustrated in a sense, but no one wants to be able to say it. At the end of the day, everyone's in fear. Yo, let me just keep my mouth hush and then be on my own two ways. That's wrong. You can do that. That's fair. At the end of the day, you want to be protective of yourself. But at the end of the day, fam, why are innocents... At the end of the day, innocents have been dying all over the place, but it's like it's more prevalent now. It's like, yo, our people are killing our own people. I'm not gonna get into details, of course, because yo, it's not the place to talk about fucking the streets.
Don't worry, man. This is the place.
Yeah, no.
Open talk.
Keep streets parties to the side. Yeah. If you want to be able to talk about, yo, why is random youths in Tandridge getting shot, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, whatever age it was. So if you want to talk about that, that's understandable. But if you want to talk about gangbang, all this shit, that's for the side. That's for the streets. We're not
exactly.
Save that for Chirac. Say that for Durkee, OTF, all the niggas.
Pick your poison, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, Tony Dalla, my personal influence was like, yo, I always wanted to do a type of content, you know? Like Twitter, YouTube, like stuff like that. That shit interested me.
This is a leeway to...
and a leeway to, you know, first and foremost was like, where do I start, you know? And I thought to myself, podcast. And I think, me personally, I have a real nigga mindset. Nobody thinks like me. And I have stuff to say on the mic, you know? And I want to influence people. At the same time, I always want to be an influencer in any way. I want to influence people out there.
Do you want to influence people towards something positive, or do you want to influence them just so you can get free merch or free gear?
No. Take this.
At the end of the day, being an influencer,
shout out Meek Millie. I want to influence them to chase their dreams.
That's fair.
Chasing dreams.
Even me recording, like right now, it's like it was my first time actually recording. People are gonna hear this, right?
Live.
I kind of feel like, yo, nervous a bit, you know? But it's happy, like, after that adrenaline rush feeling,
exactly,
you know?
That's
and after you, like, I did it and stuff. And I'll tell everybody, I'm speaking for all of us, like, Voice of the Sidewalks, we're doing this, but I'm telling you guys, we're here for the long run, is we're not here for, like, we're not going to be view watching stuff. We're literally here, if it's, like, 10 people, 30 people, 300, like, at the end of the day,
fam, right now, if we get one listener, there's one listener that's listening to this right now,
beautiful.
Exos to you at the end of the day, because you're supporting us, and then you supporting us means the most to us at the end of the day. We want to come and make a platform where we can talk about Bukum Belaya, random goofy shit, a fun place, you know, fun environment at the end of the day. We're still a voice for the voiceless, but we want to be able to have fun. We want to turn that fun aspect on, you know what I mean?
And for me,
and last thing I want to say too is like, Pre-man's a weird guy, all these yellow starburst.
Yeah. for me, Benji Wilson. For me is my main thing was we all had the same goal, is to just do a podcast, talk about things. But for me personally, I just wanted to like talk about things everybody can relate to. Like we're all the same. We all think alike. Our day-to-day lives. The stuff that people don't talk about. Like I want us to talk about, so we can relate to everybody, not just a certain group, but like everybody. Can
you don't be set to a certain demographic.
Yeah, I want everybody to relate with
every type of field and anything.
So my whole thing is I just want whatever I think about, I just want to like share with everybody else.
That's
And this is a
fair.
good
Make your
platform
present
for it.
felt.
Basically, yeah.
Respectable.
That's my shit.
And honestly, like, I'm asking this question on live on the mic right now because, like, I want our listeners and our viewers to understand where we're coming from. But at the same time, these conversations, we've already had it between ourselves. And let me just give you guys a glimpse of what we talked about in one of our meetings. And it was about objective. So our objectives: passion and purpose, honesty and sincerity, love the hustle, value the adventure, building genuine connections, and coming with genuine intentions. And that is a compilation of all of our objectives.
So
towards this.
all of our objectives mixed together
Mhm.
and then actually written out into a proper flow. Because for whoever's listening right now, if you don't know, Freeman Kaizuku is a poet. So it's like, wordplay, he can seduce you. Like, at the end of the day, fam, there's 1-2 times where he calls me late nights. He's like, let me spit some bars for you. And then me about to kill, I'm like, okay, this is a good. Like, before I
Does it
sleep,
seduce
let
you?
me
seduce you?
Wait,
I'm
talking
You have another
about
man talking
real
to you at
eyes,
3 a.m.?
no eyes, all of that nonsense.
What kind
Time
of
out.
Yeah,
Time out.
in the
Time out.
earpiece,
Time out. You have another man whispering in your ear at 3 a.m.?
Fam, it is what it is. That's random.
Why are you moving like you
Yeah,
don't
up
listen
to-
to
up
Lil
to-
Durk when you're going to
Up
sleep?
to Ed.
That's
Not
mad.
Lil Durk, not
That's
Lil
random.
Durk.
Yes or
Name
no?
someone else.
No. Yes or no? Are you not homosexual? Are you homosexual?
We're not-
No.
answer that. I don't wanna
answer that.
Are you not for the mandem? The mandem?
To a certain level, to a certain
To
degree.
a certain degree, of
Yeah.
course. And I'm not betting the mandem at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the mandem has a special
Guys,
place in
wait
my
a
heart.
time.
bro.
You're saying-
Hold
assume the
on.
position.
I have to tell you guys something. You have to keep calm the sexualities and stuff out there. I don't want no.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna.
No, we're not gonna-
Fugazis out there to fucking.
Yeah,
you
no, at the end of the day,
I'm not trying to put a nigga on makeup.
I'm Muslim first, but it's like, mandem, hearts to them, fam. Because at the end of the day, when I'm down, who do I turn to? Mandem. When I'm up, who do I turn to? When I'm up, who drags me down? Mandem. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's a love-hate relationship. So it's like my brothers, I'm gonna cherish that relationship I have with you guys, and that's real shit right there.
Exactly, and at the end of the
Voice
day,
of the silence with homosexual.
when we say, when we say genuine connections, this is real, fam, and like I mean it's my bottom of my heart because at the end of the day, the brothers I'm sitting in front of right now is brothers I've known for the past decade, and at the end of the day, we've had conversations genuinely between each other many times. So now it's just with a mic in front of our face, and we just want to continue that, and
Yeah, just chop it up.
just show people that at the end of the day that being genuine is cool. PLP is cool. Being on the sidewalks is cool. You don't have to be on the street. You don't have to be negative. You don't have to be all of that to get clout and be cool. At the end
And
of the
that's
day.
the main thing too. It's the influence. Everybody gets influenced to do this. It's because what they see, right? What they see on the net is what they try to do.
Yeah, for real. And to be honest, like everyone said, they're kind of like inspiration. And my inspiration for this, it might sound corny to you, but at the end of the day, like, because I'm a Kaizuku and, I have to say it. Even though it's the first episode.
Hey, Freeman, what does Kaizuku mean?
It's King of the Pirates in Japanese, we have to shout out One Piece.
Kaizuku means King of Pirates or Kaizuku means Pirates?
Kaizuku means King of the Pirates.
Nah, I got my Japanese.
So anyways, let me
I thought Kaizuku means Pirates, no?
Nani?
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked. Kaizuku means Pirates.
No.
Kaizuku oni oro naru.
You're a fake.
No.
You're a fake.
Ottawa.
I don't want to hear your threes.
No. Don't you know when Luffy says Ottawa Kaizuku?
That's the whole bar.
I want to be a king of the pirates. Wait, let me get to the point. Let me get to the point. I don't want to get in this anime talk because
That's for down the line.
But that's down the line.
Yeah. So I guess you can call this a foreshadow. But anyways, for my inspiration, I take it. My inspiration has a lot to do with what I'm gonna say about this thing I learned from this anime, One Piece. And it's like there's 3 constants in that anime, and the 3 constants, and I feel like it matches up in real life. And the 3 constants is a man's dream, flow of time, and inheritance of will. And I feel like that actually makes sense in reality, Because at the end of the day,
by the way.
yeah, inherited will. And at the end of the day, number 1, a man's dream. If a man wants to dream, his dream will come to reality no matter what anybody says. So at the end of the day, I believe that in real life too. If you have a dream and you truly believe in it and nobody else believes in you, it will come to fruition because a dream can never be stopped. And then the second thing is a flow of time, just like Tony before was saying and Benji was saying, like time waits for nobody, So at the end of the day, that's why that's why I'm doing VOTS, because this is a scheme. This is schematic we made up in our mind. But this scheme is my dream. And this dream I share with my brothers. And I know nobody can stop it. and nobody can aid it if we don't want to make it happen. So that comes down to the last thing, which is inheritance of will. And at the end of the day, that part, you can only reach it if you left a dream, if you left something to inspire, if you left something for other generations to take benefit from. And at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do, because we know the flow of time is always going to flow. So we're trying to be on time, and just let our dream out there.
That whole dream aspect, let me try to relate it so people can understand. So it's like, when I talk about dream, when Freeman talks about dreams, because it's not just him. When he's speaking, majority speaking for himself, but he's also speaking for us too, because that's something we live by. 3 out of 4 people here watch One Piece. So it's like, dreams is big to us. So, you're gonna get to it soon times. So it's like, dreams. I don't know about you guys, but it's like, me growing up, I had soccer dreams. So it's like, I had niggas trying to shine down on my soccer dreams. So it's like, at the end of the day, you come a certain age, you're not going to make it. I'm pretty sure you guys probably had ball dreams.
Yeah.
People, and after the whole soccer phase, I had content. I had, ball after court, but you're not making change at the end of the day. You're not living the dream. You're not doing what Trae Young's doing in Madison Square Garden,
Yeah, exactly.
When I seen Trae Young,
I don't mean ball off the court. I mean ball off the court.
Ball off the
court.
Whole separate topic.
Big baller brand, fam. Come on.
Triple B's.
B.
Chill, we don't support that. Fuck LeVar.
Nah, but it's
Say
like,
that live.
after that whole soccer phase, I
Don't get
was
mixed
like,
up.
after the whole soccer phase, I was like, let me try to see content creating. That's when YouTube was bumping. That's when all these guys like KSI, these gaming guys. Even before that, fam. I'm talking about like 2012, 2013 times. I'm like, this is live. But I was a bit too young. I was in Dixie times. So it's like, it's going to be hard to balance school, soccer on the side, Dixie, and doing content, especially living in a Somali household where it's like, that stuff like that isn't known. It's getting modernized now, doing content, because then you can make change from it. You can make change out of a lot of things now. Yeah. Back in the day, it was mainly school, make something out of yourself, have a good life, and then just stable.
And the pandemic kind of gave you opportunity, right?
Pandemic gave a lot of people opportunity.
For most people, the pandemic became the pandemic.
It gave you opportunity, like, okay, I have a lot of time in my hands, so I can do what I wanted to do always, right?
Yeah, and that's all I find it. And at the end of the day, this journey is gonna be tough, But that's at the end of the day, it's the beauty in the struggle, right? And like, I heard this J. Cole line when I was driving today on the way to this, and it might be corny more, but like this is facts. Listen,
anything that looks corny to other people may look hard to another person.
Yeah, then
so whoever finds a corny, fam, I was that person who was like, I shut down on other people's dreams, like, what you're doing with this content creating wise, other shit, and that's something I'll have to hug the charge. It's like, I look at it, I look at other people, what you're doing is corny, you're weird, and now look at them, fam. They're doing something, and then they believed in it. That was their dream. I was shutting down on their dreams. So that was pre-One Piece time.
Yeah, 100%.
I look at motivation. I look up to them, fam. Because at the end of the day, I want to be what they're doing. It's free.
You see how it is? You see the reference? Like, you used to not look down at them, but you say they're looking
That's me. Not evolving as a human, evolving mentality, fam. Growing up. That's realizing, not everything's corny. Let people do what they do with the freedom in what they do.
But yeah, regardless of
if it's one person that listen to this right now or gets pumped up by this, but go chase what you always fucking wanted right now.
Exactly.
Like, the only person holding you is you.
Yeah, and as I was saying, like, I was driving here to a recording session today, and I was just listening to a J. Cole track, and like, it's been a while since I heard it, but I heard a couple of lines, and I was like, wow, that really resonated with me. And basically, I'm gonna say the part where man's saying, life can't be no fairy tale, no once upon a time, but I be goddamn if a nigga don't be trying. And when I heard that, I was like, wow,
Break it down for the people that didn't understand it.
Life,
a lot of people, fam, nowadays, especially me, when you bump it, try, fam, you want to hear the fucking new paddock on my wrist. What, you want to hear a bunch of bullshit? It's a lie. You don't want to hear the bars,
get possessed when they listen to Uzi?
Uzi's the guy, fam. That's
Don't you not feel possessed when
Never. Uzi's the guy, fam. That's the guy.
But for real though, at the end of the day, it's simple. Everyone understands that, life is not a fairy tale. It's not a once upon a time. Meaning there's going to be struggle. Meaning there's going to be strife. There's going to be a lot of difficulties in life. But at the end of the day, you know what he ended off with? He said, I be goddamned if a nigga don't be trying. And that goes back to our dream, like, I told Opti, I said, why we always talking about doing things? Why don't we actually start a podcast? And just like me and Tony, last summer we were talking about podcasts. So it goes back to this part. I'd be goddamned if I didn't try, So like, at the end of the day, I'm here recording episode 1 and we're trying. So I feel like I'm succeeding right now.
That's one step closer.
No rapid air cap right there.
No
No,
rapid
there's no
rap.
rap cap. That's
And
no
you
rap cap.
guys always know, like, just thinking of it or just saying, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's just the first part, you know. The real
Right.
test comes in, like, there's always. I did this reference, like, yo, I was thinking of this in my head, like, the other night, right? We're about to record an episode on it. I was like, okay, I broke the first. I said there's 2 walls. I broke the first wall. I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm building up. We got the equipment. We did everything behind the scenes, and now I feel like this is the second wall, bro. Actually record, like, displaying content.
Fam,
You know?
I want to be able to do many things through this content. I want to be able, fam, if other people want to come on here and say what they want to say at the end of the day, because we can't shun other voices. So at the end of the day, you want to inspire a generation. It goes to that 3 principles you said. Dreams.
To reality.
No, not even dreams, reality. I forgot 3 things you said. 3 is inherited well and all those other shit.
Man's
3.
dream and headed will and flow of time.
And flow of time. There we
Yeah.
go. Watch the flow. It flows.
There.
So
Yo,
take
you guys
this.
have to pre Freeman's bars. Watch it flow.
Chill.
You know?
Check
Well,
it
Flo,
out.
We have a next pod in the cut too, but you know, being a little shy.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Don't worry. In-house talent, fam. You already
In-house
know.
talent, man. For sure.
Thank you, Benji, for repeating my same exact thing.
I mean, ad-libs, man.
Alex, alive.
No Migos, man.
We like a takeoff.
But take this in for real. Voice of the Sidewalks. Like, for me, what I really believe in this is that, like, even our name, it's Voice of the Sidewalk. If people notice, it's voice. It's not voices.
Not sidewalks,
Meaning-
sidewalks.
Sidewalks.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
like, if you look at it, it's voice. It's singular. It's not plural. And it might be weird because there's 4 voices here. But that's the thing, though. When we believe that, when you think as one, you elevate. Many hands make light work. So we're coming together as 4 voices.
So why I tell you, fam, any content you guys are trying to do, have a poet in the cut. They'll seduce you. He or she will seduce you in their wordplay, fam, and then you guys will look
Pause.
much better at the end of
I
the
feel
day.
like you're just feeling me a little bit too much.
Nah, like, yo, what the fugaziness is happening all year? Like, I'm just here just like for 30 minutes now. What the fuck?
Let's keep that to the side, but at the end of the day,
Keep that in the sheets, fuck.
Okay.
Not the
man.
streets.
Come on.
random.
But for real though, like, honestly, like, we're just
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to, like, we're, like I said, Voice of the Sidewalks is one voice. We're taking all of our voices and we're echoing it into one voice. And I feel like it's not only for our voice too, it's for everyone else's voice. People on the sidewalk who feel like they have a talent, who feel like they have something to get off their chest. We're a platform open for that, and we want to build those genuine connections, and we want to echo those sentiments. And obviously, we want to echo positive sentiments. So obviously, we won't be chasing the negative clout. We won't be pushing negative voices. We're here. We're trying to change the game, and we're trying to provide a platform where it could be genuine and people could come through, whether they have a talent or whether they have a hustle or whether they have a issue. We're here for
Or
them.
whether they want to talk shit, if they want to talk sports and whatever, if you want to talk shit about, let's say you have a situation, you're on a TTC, you see a guy moving, and you want to talk about that situation, there's an open space.
And 100%, and always let us know in the comments, DMs, or anything, email. We're active, Anything you have, any suggestions, any topics you want us to bring up, or anything, just holla, We try to build that connection there.
Man, I have a question for you guys. I want to ask you guys.
So,
There is a certain, the new month, July the 1st,
yeah.
it's going to be a special time for us, whether you guys like it or not. It's 2 celebratory holidays that is happening.
No, actually
Canada
one. There's
Day?
only one. There's only one.
There's only one, because Canada's about to be
Fuck Canada
Yeah,
Day.
fuck Canada at the end of the
So,
day.
you're
'cause, yeah.
Canadian.
No,
Who's not a Canadian citizen here? I'm not trying to rap. Is everybody here?
But if you, I got his shit revoked, but it is what it is.
He's
That's
not
in the talk.
Kazu, Somali pirate.
That's in the talk. He's his Somali pirate.
He's known as team captain. for
I'm
this.
the captain now.
I want to ask you, Fee,
Bad,
I want to ask
bro.
Fee
Bad,
myself.
bro.
Because I remember
Let him breathe, man.
we're having a convo with stuff. I was in his car. We were like just parked up, just vibing regular, 2 a.m. It wasn't 2 a.m.
Wait, who? You who?
Me and Freeman.
What's happening behind the
Nah,
scenes?
just watch, just read us. Just crack it to me. He's like, fam, I'm excited for July 1st. I'm like, why? Can't fuck Canada. And I'm like, yo, you don't have the flipping Somali bracelet, so what are you excited about? I thought it was a different day. He's like, fam, 12 at midnight, I'm logging onto Twitter. I am opening up the timeline, the flag, the face. I'm searching it, and I'm just gonna scroll until my finger busts. That's all it is.
What?
What?
Look, his finger. Wait, no.
I think.
I feel like you're making up a story now, fam.
He told me live. He's like, yo, I'm excited for the flag in the face journey. If you guys don't know
Don't
what the flag
cap,
face journey is, it's
fam.
everything on Twitter. People come out, hey, whatever, national holiday, they put the flag and they put the face. And fam, I remember last year I was following him at like Freeman, fam. My whole fucking team. Oh, Abdul Freeman High School, like Freeman High
He
School.
started, yo, this is like a love story right now.
Bro,
man.
chill.
Like, real straight, like
Fam,
your post.
at the end of the day, you see
Nah,
something.
to be honest, I use social media, me myself. I don't know about you guys. I use social media to pre-niggas. Niggas, females, others, whatever. Cause yo, social media, I wanna know what's going on.
I'm
in your
definitely
life.
blocking you after
You
this.
can.
I only use Facebook.
Cause yo, me more times, I see niggas, this whole lockdown, niggas are giddy to pulling their hair, say, yo, I can't stay inside. I was a guy who's always inside. I'm not saying I'm an introvert. I'm not saying I'm a weird guy in the corner
you're
that just
introvert.
watches. You can call me whatever you want at the end of the day. You will put your fist up, you know?
100%. And Sharks, you're like me, right? Like you get amped up for like big events like the boxing matches, stuff like that. You like
Yeah,
look
it's just
forward
like
to
that. I'm just
Yeah.
vibing in the crib. So it's like, yo, that's all it is. And then a man like Freeman was like, yo,
Allegedly.
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 That's okay. Let me not put there like allegedly, you know?
Allegedly
So it's like, yo,
what?
social media, I try to use that to see. At the end of the day, social media is a kawa. Not everyone's that happy. You see someone happy, and they're not really happy. And this is the topic that we wanted to crack to each other about, and that's social media activism. What's your opinion on today's modern day activism? Because at the end of the day, people, there's protests on the streets. There's a lot you see nowadays on social media. There's a lot of things, a lot of negative shit that's out, a lot of tragedies. You see what's going on with the indigenous people, subhanAllah. Fam, you see I see it, fam. Did you guys see the pictures?
Yeah,
Yeah,
social
graphic.
media.
They dug up, fam. They dug up a bunch of shit. All you see is a bunch of kids' shoes. Do you know the story behind why Canada is cancelled? Let me put
Well,
up the
Sharks,
article.
why
Fuck
you
Canada
add
Day.
it?
Let me
Let me
put
tell
up
you
the
something. Social media activism, it's called slacktivism, right? Yo, it's called slacktivism.
Who said that?
Slacking?
Slacktivism, that's what social media is.
Basically,
it's
they're
slacking
lacking.
of activism. You get it?
No, I would say that because
No. You wouldn't say that, but he's saying that. So let him delve into it, fam.
Go ahead.
This is opinion, no?
To be honest, I honestly did research out there, and it's everywhere on the internet.
Alright,
It's called
so kick game,
slacktivism,
fam.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, like I just seen a lot of cons more than pros. I seen pros, but on top of the cons, you know, because the cons outweigh the pros.
Go ahead then.
And it's like people use it for opportunities. You see people out there making bot accounts and stuff, fake donation pages.
Not
and
even
stuff like
fake
that.
donation bases. There's a lot of people that make bot accounts to tweak with people. If you don't know what tweak means, that basically means just to flip and
Troll.
make a troll out of it.
Yeah.
Like fam, I see flipping. Oh, how to piss off an entire generation on TikTok. Random white kid comes out of nowhere. You see his hand's white. Screams the N-word, nigger,
I like
out of
this.
nowhere.
And they say-
To be honest, me in the moment, I laugh.
Alright.
They say stuff
Yeah,
like
if you get
Yeah.
triggered,
clean a foot of ocean,
Yeah,
for
fam, there's a bunch of
waterfalls
trolls out
or
there.
stuff like that, you know, and then, you know.
No, but my
And
boy.
it- yeah, you know it does that. You know what it does, like subconsciously it does to people. They don't know what's serious, they don't know what's not. You know, so overall they don't take it serious
Is basically
because there's
desensitized.
trolls and thing. There's trolls and serious. That's the thing about social media. It could be a pro, but it could be a con.
Okay,
I
so
see it more of like as a con, like you know.
so the way I'm looking at it is Tony's basically saying like it's almost like a facade. Social media could be a facade. Obviously, the activism could be used to get attention and it can be used to get, you know, like people actually looking at the issue. But it could also be a facade. Sometimes people are setting up like, you know, it's actually real, fam. Like fake donations. Like people actually scam people off of like, because they know people are gonna get sensitive and they might scam, and it's easier to scam.
Yeah, and it's like everybody's. You know, I took him too. You're a free man. All you guys too. You know, I took it too. It's like everybody's looking for that mic drop moment. You know, writing 200 characters. You know,
Not even my job. People are trying to use something that trying to use something that brings awareness and try to use it to promote yourself in a sense.
Yeah, that's a mic
And-
drop
and
moment.
that's-
Like,
yeah,
yo, you see,
exactly.
this guy knows some real shit. He's woke.
Yeah.
Damn, like, you know.
and yeah, that's how it is now, bro. Because social media right now, it's been there for the past few years, whatnot. But now more than ever, especially since we're in the pandemic thing, whatever, everybody's at home. People see it as opportunity to do, you know, see whatever they see, they just kind of copy, for the good and the bad. Like Tony said, some are cons, some are pros, you know. So it's like some people use it for a good cause, other bad, you know. It's just which one.
Let's-
Or what about the people in between who feel guilty? They're on their story every day and they see like, okay, for example, when the Black Lives Matter thing and the people posting the black, like
Yeah,
just
Black
the
on
black.
Tuesday.
I feel like some people just said, "Oh shit." They woke up and they said, "Oh, today that's the trend of today." Shit,
Yeah, there's
I
people
gotta.
like that.
Let me delve into that. In my opinion, and this is something that I firmly believe, every single person in the world is a racist. Whether you accept it or not, whether you're in the closet racist or whether you're outgoing racist, whether you're on the streets calling people nigger or other slurs, other flipping derogatory terms, that's up to you. But everyone is a racist because at the end of the day,
Let's break it down though, because I see where you're coming from, but look at this. Okay, if a black person is being racist, by definition, he's not really racist because racism is systematic. It's not only like verbal abuse or physical abuse, it's systematic oppression, you know? So like a black guy saying cracker has absolutely no value in it. But a white guy calling him a nigger, he's calling him a nigger because at the end of the day, he knows he has the white power and system is backing him. You know what I mean?
So if I go to a white person, and I call him a cracker, and then let's say he comes back to me and says nigger, that's when he's not supposed to get mad when I call him a cracker?
No. At the end of the day, human beings, we're gonna have emotions. People are gonna get mad. But look at it. By definition, being black, you can't be racist because racism against black people is systematic. It's been going on for centuries. It's not even done. It's still going, you know?
Yeah.
It's still, while you're calling me a nigger, there's actually people that are facing real life oppression, or they're going to, like, look at this Derek Chauvin guy.
Yeah.
Got 22 years in prison, fam. Niggas who get drug charges get life. You know what I mean? So you see what I mean by racism is there's systematic oppression to it. So like by definition, I get not everyone can be racist. Racism is very direct. It comes from a place of power. It comes from
a place of hate.
Not hate is obvious, but it comes from a place of power because you couldn't make racism work without power. You know what I mean?
And there's also, it's like a hate, it's like a thing that was instilled in all this, I don't want to, like all these white people because my
man watch what they're saying because then they were all
no 100%. It's passed on trauma, fam.
Yeah.
Like it's like I kind of agree with Up the Sharks in a way in terms of like everybody is. Some people are extreme racist, like you could tell, but some people, like most people are like racist in terms of like if you're not their like type of people, you know, they don't rock with you unless you know you have good vibes with each other. Because
fam,
I know what all it's about too is all about the respect, you know.
Yeah, the respect.
You can have thoughts in your head, but it's all about the respect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's stay on topic for a little bit.
To say to people, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has those thoughts. Like
personally for me,
thoughts,
Benji, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who you are, but if you come to me the
That's
wrong
what a
way,
racist says.
I'll give you the same. I'll give you the same treatment.
The real shit, that's exactly what a racist says. So let me paint a picture to you guys.
Come on, man, don't call me a racist.
I'm not gonna expose people and like call them out for it. But me, I grew up majority part of my life. I grew up in the Arabs. Basically, I lived in Sharjah, Emirat, UAE, Dubai for a while. So it's like, fam, I know a lot of people that when I tell them, I'm from there, majority part from there, they're like, fuck Arabs. People laughed at me. And subhanAllah, that whole Palestine situation, fam, I seen people try to benefit from it. Like, I seen the DT protest, fam. We were live. We weren't there at the protest. We were there for some reason. We never knew the protest was going on. And we were live. Yeah, I'm seeing on my private story, these Palestine flags, Palestine colors all over the face. Free Palestine.
It became a trend. Yeah.
Fam, you don't see that. Fam, do you know what's still going on right now? Apparently, I don't know if it was last week or a few weeks ago. I seen apparently they were spilling sewage water at Masjid Aqsa. So it's just still going on and nothing stops.
So let me add something
to the trend.
You see the problem? Because we're still on the cons.
Part of the algorithm.
Yeah. We're still on the cons of social media activism. And I feel like this is my theory. I think this is where the problem arises. You have to understand that social media is only informative, meaning it only just throws information at you like, that's getting oppressed, they're getting oppressed, this is happening, that. Just information is popping up at you, but it's not educational. Because if it was educational activism, then the people protesting downtown, it would have been more the faces, the emotion on their.
I disagree.
No. Because let me break it down to you. Because look, the people, for example, on your Instagram who are going protesting downtown for Palestine. At the end of the day, maybe these people, they just kind of figured out what was happening on Instagram. Like, recently they figured out what was happening. But this problem has been going on. That's why I said we need more educational sources. We need more people who are actually leaders in the community, who are actually going on these applications and not just posting this is happening, but giving information that's educational.
But wait, let me tell you why I disagree with you. I disagree with you in one sense because there are people that are using social media activism towards the right direction, where they're spreading GoFundMe's, actual links that can help out, how to bring in a general awareness to the situation. At the end of the day, that whole let me go back to Palestine. I'm not going to say Palestine. I goof. Palestine, fam. You got to say it properly. Palestine. The protest was Guane, fam. That was only the people that I was talking about. Is a small percentage of the majority, because the majority of people were, whether it's City Hall, Square, I don't know where they were protesting exactly, but they were live and they were protesting, minute of silence. They were in arms, City Hall. Yeah. They were talking to the news outlets, just basically spreading awareness at the end of the day. And there's that other percentage that are bumping tracks, that are fucking... You could bump tracks at the end of the day. I'm not saying don't play music. I'm not trying to say, yo, I know it's a down situation. You want to uplift people in a way. But I'm talking about, fam, people... I'm not saying the majority. I'm talking people in my sense, from my perspective. I know people, fam, that are live used to say, yo, you know how Somali people... We are out of innocence. A lot of people will disagree. Yeah. A lot of people will disagree with that statement right there. So be like, yo, I tell people, at the end of the day, you're out of Somali. The language, it's Italian. It's a mixture of Arabic. It's a mixture of a bunch of shit, you know? Yeah. So it's like, yo.
But you know, even, can I tell you one thing, though?
Let me say one thing before I say anything. It's like, you know what I noticed too? Like, you see a lot of people, like, doing that hashtag, like, that type of activism, mainly because it's about having, like, those conversations and not necessarily being on the ground, like back then, like the last 50 years, what people were doing, like being on the ground, filling out petitions, protesting, writing letters to congressmen, like, you know, that was a traditional physical activism we used to have that for the last like 50 years, and you see how it's changing now and how it's impacting stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, people still are doing those methods, but they're doing it online.
Yeah.
And you're right, like
it stopped.
And that has
it stopped.
Oh, stopped.
Yikes! Well, welcome back.
We can edit it out, don't worry.
I'll figure it out. Continue. Go back to restart.
I
think it stopped.
It did.
I think it's still ongoing.
But the time stopped. No?
Sure?
Yeah.
I thought it said 45.
It said 45?
I'm pretty sure it was still going.
Oh, we can edit it out if we do. But continue with your statement from the get-go as we stopped last.
Alright. But yeah, you see a lot of people saying blah blah blah, hashtag this, hashtag that type of activism, because like mainly those are the type of conversations they be having, and it's not necessarily being on the ground, filling out the petitions, protesting, writing letters to your congressmen, ways like that, you know. That was the traditional physical activism we had like in the past 50 years, and now you see that changing, and especially it branches off like everything we're talking about today, like the pandemic happened, everybody's inside. Remember the BLM, Black Lives Matter stuff, like all that stuff, like, you know, was like when everybody during quarantine and stuff, and you see how that became more of a thing, right? And you see how people using that to their advantage and stuff. Like we have more socials, like less like physical.
Yeah, and you're definitely right, because those methods that they used in the past, nowadays we're using those methods, but we're using it online. Like, 'cause I don't want to come off on the voice of the Sidewalks platform and like kind of like diminish the voice of the people that are actually putting on a lot of effort into social activism.
You think it's as effective as it is? Like,
that's the question, and I want to get to it. First, let me just break the two sides of it. So the positive sides I see of it, to be honest, is that like a lot of people were putting a post that were making you click an email link where you could go email the Congress people, and
you're sending people
anyways, so a lot of people were doing that.
Don't get it twisted. Like, it's awareness regardless, you know. That's a pro to it, you know.
Yeah, and definitely, and it goes back to my main point, what I was saying before. Like, I feel like we should pass the point of awareness, and we should stick on education, fam, because really and truly knowledge is power. And if people actually knew more details and more about like surrounding the issue, it'd be more a serious look on their face. Because at the end of the day, most of the people's reactions to these things that happen, it's emotional, and nothing's wrong with being emotional, because sometimes like we're seeing some like horrible things happening to people being oppressed, and we get emotional. And if you only have nothing but an emotional response, I mean, it won't help for the long run of pushing the issue, because we need people on the floor who are bringing education to us and teaching us about what actually happened, and because knowledge is actually the only way to elevate past to elevate past this type of situation. And I want to give flowers to the people who are actually like doing that.
Big
So-
up to them.
And this,
Because, fam, to be honest, without them, I wouldn't learn about the whole situation going on with Canada Day. Whether cancel Canada Day. I thought, and then they Canada itself, and I realized, and I don't know who said exactly, someone said Canada is America with good PR, fam.
facts.
Because
What is
a lot of PR means, okay, fam, at the end of the day, it's like, yo, they know
Good
they know how to defend
marketing, you know.
themselves. Good
Like you know, if
Is
you
it
have
that or
like,
something? Like, is it like a Anna or something?
like basically what they're trying to say is that like, you know when like, you know like when a celebrity has like a PR.
Yeah.
So like the next day, let's say like he something leaked on his phone, right?
Public
His
relations.
PR, his public relations person
Public
is
relations
is the
are-
type of
I
person
know
that
that
is trying to make sure his image and his brand doesn't get messed up.
Yeah.
And you're completely right, fam.
Canada, we have a lot of racists down here. It's just that, fam, none of them are outside like Americans. Americans,
Yeah,
fam,
it's not showcasing how
really,
in America,
they
yeah.
really
Yeah,
outside
exactly.
down there. Over here, fam, it's like, yo, they try to hide themselves
Yeah.
through the crowds, through the little cracks on
They
the
say
floor.
we're Canadian, we're nice, eh?
Yeah, we're Canadian, but please, eh? Abu, all that weird shit. No
All
one
the-
talks like that here. fam.
Yeah. I don't know what where
What do
the
you
guy
guys think
from?
is worse? Like
'Cause-
someone that like thinks bad, but is a show it, or someone that shows it live?
I'd rather have
No,
you
I'd rather show me,
I'd rather
fam.
you
Show me.
your-
For the haters out there, come bring the hate. I
Yeah,
love
because,
it.
because it's like at least you know when they show you,
A
walk
lot of
on basically,
emphasis,
you know.
man, a lot of
Fam,
emphasis.
At least you know when they show you. At least you know,
fam,
why.
it's basically, would you
But
rather...
if they're hiding it and you don't know the real intentions, it's like, yo, it's like, it's kind of. I'd rather have the other way around. Like they show it to me.
Facts.
you
Would you
know?
rather we get fake love or hate? I'd rather hate.
Yeah.
Fuck that fake
Fake,
love.
yeah, fake love shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you know?
Fam, take this in though. Because
But you gotta treat the love like it's hate and vice versa.
Yeah. You know, we delved into the topic a little bit, and I want to like kind of like go through it one more time. So like, let's go through it through the pros and cons. So maybe we could start with Up These Sharks and go around and just give us one
Pros and
pro,
cons of
one
social
con.
media?
Well,
Social
yeah,
activism?
give us one pro, one con if you can, or one
Slacktivism.
whatever you feel. But
That's the word.
It's activism, your social
So-
pros, cons, so activism. At the end of the day, there's people out there that are trying to bring awareness to a certain situation, certain tragedies going on, whether it was SARS, whether it was the Uyghur Muslims, whether it was what's going on in America with the whole George Floyd situation, and the many other shootings that happened right after that situation. Like, yo, these guys were protesting for how many weeks, and then right after that, I forgot what state it was in America, but apparently if there's a protest going on, apparently, and yo, this is allegedly, I'm not sure, I have to do my fact checks, my car facts and all that, but fam, apparently police can smoke you. Police have all right to smoke you if you're protesting, and they believe within their right that you're wrong. In the state of America, fam, they can smoke you. That just shows you the state of America. America's gaff, fam. They're filled with a bunch of gaff.
I feel heavy emotions, but just quickly, just give us a con, an or a pro
Yeah, no. The
of
pro-
social activism.
Yeah, the pro is shout out to the people that are actually trying to bring education and bring awareness to a certain situation, and the con is people that are trying to benefit from a situation, whether it's likes for Blackout Tuesday or fucking Blackout Instagram shit.
Fam, you know what's actually funny? I heard the Blackout Tuesday was initiated by the music industry, and basically what these A&Rs wanted to what these music industry people wanted to do was like get like it was their way of saying this is the one day we're gonna appreciate black people. Does that really make sense? Like instead of trying to educate
give it a
people
day,
and
they
say,
give it a day.
hey guys,
Let's
let's
appreciate black
put
people for this
a
day.
black, just a straight black post. How's that?
Fam? Do you know what the Premier League did, fam? The Premier League, in a sense, if you guys don't know Premier League is football in England, the league in England, fam. When thing came back after COVID, the season resumed, fam. As soon as the game starts, everyone would kneel for a few seconds, and the game would start. So it's like, fam, kneeling is brought awareness. People put their fist up. People did the Black Panther stance. Yeah, that's cute and all. At the end of the day, fans started coming to the stadium. First game, I think it was Birmingham FC. First game that came back, every single fan booed. And there's 1-2 players that are like, yo, fuck this shit. Why am I standing? The fans, they know where I'm standing. There's a few racists within the sport. So it's like, that's where I got, yo, everyone is a racist in their own way. It's just they're in the closet about it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, fam,
You
they
think you're
could
racist
say, they could post
Yeah.
Blackout Tuesday, they could post BLM links, they could post this link, or this petition. They don't really mean it. They don't give a shit about it. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
This, fam, it's the same thing with the fucking Queen of England family, that whole royal family situation. Fam,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, fam, a majority population of UK is like ethnic minorities. A lot of them, I think.
You want to hear a funny story?
Allegedly. And then, fam, these guys,
Before we get to that.
she said, apparently, not, I don't know if it was her or someone in the family, they said, yo, they didn't want a speck of black inside of that baby.
I see that.
Hair,
I think it was what was her name?
I don't know who it was exactly.
It was
I don't know if it
the-
was the queen.
it
I
was
don't know
the
if it was
royal
one of
family.
the duchess.
Fam, they all feel like that. Let's keep it a buck. I don't even have to know which one. They all feel like
That's
that.
all.
And that's what we guys talking about, the deep hate they have that they don't show.
It's,
on the
it's
racism they have.
untapped trauma, fam.
Yeah.
But yo, want to hear a funny story? Take this in. This is when I noticed that like people just do this shit for a trend. So I'm downtown one day, right? So a homeless white guy, shirtless, just crazy, comes up and he.
Oh, you know what kind
Nah, he's a crazy. He goes up to a random nigga and he calls him a nigga, you know?
That's actually very
No, wallah, take this in. No, take this in. Don't tell my story. Fam, yo, hold on. Take this in. So this guy is goes to this nigga, he calls him a nigga. And this guy's a mesquite nigga, you know? So he didn't crush him. But this white guy, he wants to fight him, fam. He's trying to pick a fight. The black guy keeps saying, nah. And I'm on a bench just watching this all go. And in front of me is a black guy and his white girlfriend, right? So they were watching too. You know what the white girl says? Yeah. And the boyfriend's kind of breaking it down what's happening, right? And then the white girl's like, oh my God, why are they fighting, you know? And then he's like, oh, because, you know, he called him a nigga. And then after that, she's like, wow, I can't believe people are still saying that word. She's like, you know what we should do to that guy? We should lynch him. And then she looked at her boyfriend, she said, oh, sorry for that terminology. What? So the first thing you think of... Fam, I seen it live. I looked at this guy, I said, brother, wallah, I feel bad for you. There's gonna be some issues in this relationship, fam. Because how is she saying... I know she's talking about the white guy, but she's like, wow, he's still saying that word. We should lynch him. And then right after, she looked at her boyfriend and said, sorry for the terminology.
Well, what was his face looking like?
Fam, he didn't say nothing.
Yeah. At that moment, he knew he fucked up.
What's fucked up, fam? There's a reason why he's allowing that. Because there's a certain special something he receives that makes it all worth it.
Yeah,
you know
but is it really worth it? If that's happened, that's not really worth it. If it's like that.
Yeah.
To him?
Yeah.
To him?
Maybe for now.
No, did he bat an eye?
Fam.
He was there. He was okay with
Fam,
it.
it was
probably
awkward.
right?
It was literally so
They
awkward.
probably role play in their bedroom, say, "Oh, call me nigger."
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but that's like
Whoa.
Probably do, fam. There's a lot of sickos out in this world.
But still, that's not worth it for you.
But yeah, let's just get back to it. Yo, Tony, give us your pros and cons of this shit.
So basically, like, pro is like obviously like easy to coordinate. Right? Online activism is easy to coordinate. You get it? It's easy to raise awareness and everything. And like a fucking con is like you don't see the members of a community in person. You know, it's not the same feeling that was in person and online. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, but the reason majority of it
That's
so
online.
true.
This one.
That's
That's
because
facts,
we're
that's
locked
facts.
up. We're locked up, fam. That's why online was the only way where we could spread.
No, but if
awareness.
that's not what he's trying to say, though.
Maybe I didn't pre the bars.
Yeah, you didn't pre the bars, but
Yeah.
like you know.
That's me missing
People are
the
leaving
bar.
a double
I
life.
repeat it for you. Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, but
We'll
yeah,
play that.
continue.
Well, for me,
Benji.
my pro of social activism whatnot is even though the con outweighs the pros in my eyes, the pros of this is like I think After Sharks said this, so I'm gonna say more or less of what he just said. Is that good people have the stuff they say right there. It's like sometimes they do for the good benefit, right? They have the right attention for it. So it's like there are some bad apples that just use it for negative things, but then the people that use it for good that have good platforms and stuff, we learn a lot from them. So even though there's more cons, I think there are some pros.
Real shit.
All right, so let me give you. Let me give you Let me give you my last For me, I'm not gonna say a con because I feel like we touch on all the cons. But for my pro, I'm gonna give an example as my pro. Just to show everybody like we're not like clowning social media activism. I feel like everyone should keep doing it, and I'm gonna give you a real life example that keeps me inspired. You know. So like I'm following this Instagram page called Humanize the Hood, right? And breaking it down what their thing means.
Shout out to them.
You know.
What does humanize the hood mean
It
exactly?
means helping others overcome difficulty, you know? Which is amazing. They're trying to put a new perspective on the hood, you know? Especially we know when we say the word the hood and the way the media portrays it. Exactly. Negative connotations all over it, you know? Exactly. And they're trying to change that. And like, so I'll give you an example of one of the things they did recently. And so they had an event, I think last week, it was an event where they basically did care package handouts. Because you know in like downtown there's a Trinity Park, Bellwoods Park. There's that park downtown. Especially in the wintertime, it was like there was a lot of homeless people there.
They live there.
Tents, and not even tents, but like another Toronto company, not the government, but a company in Toronto that basically funded them and built like some shelter for them.
Was it that brother that built them the cribs that they tried to lock up?
Yeah, he built them the cribs, which is kind of amazing.
That's big.
It's kind of sad that
I don't know his name, fam, and that's maybe me. I'll do my research, of course, but big up to him, fam.
But it's kind of sad that, you know, we don't get like our own government to do that type of stuff. But anyways, my point is, so Humanize the Hood, they went down there, Trinity Bellwoods. They went care packages, they gave it, they handed out to the homeless people. Amazing. I saw it on Instagram. I was, you know, inspired. I was happy. It gave me a smile on my face, you know. And let me know though, there's good people in the world. And then guess what happened? The next day, right after that, I see on like 6Buzz and all these big Instagram pages all over. I see like Toronto police with the raid uniform and everything, like all of them ready to go in action. And they just basically raided that whole park and told those homeless people, get the fuck out of here, fam. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, CB24, all these big news media outlets, they're pushing that narrative more. And then I realized it, I was like, wow. In the media, they push negative narratives. And not only do they push negative narratives, they're the ones that allow negative narratives to happen. And this is the media where a lot of people are viewing it. So now I'm bigging up social media activism, because look, this account has about 1,000 followers, and what she was doing at Trinity Bell wasn't on CB24. It wasn't all over the media. Nobody knew what was happening, but it was something positive that it should have been. The whole city should have seen that and should have been like, wow, you know, like motivate us to do something for our community. So it just goes to show like how social media. There's power in it, because at the end of the day, fam, let's keep it a buck. The media is not going to do us justice. So the only way to get our justice is to go on social media and use that.
I found a majority of my shit through Twitter. Twitter is probably the best media outlet out there, because they'll show you the real shit.
So yeah,
and it's like literally like, yo, take this in. All right, it's like, yo, sometimes the people when they go together stronger than like the bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like more like everybody comes on social media. They say, okay, they all hold each other's hands, say, all right, we're in this together. But like the mistake is like when that starts, like after like it starts off with passion, but it kind of loses sort of passion, becomes a trend or something different, you know, like a TikTok trend or something like that, and that's when it loses it, and that's the biggest con I see. But of course, don't get me twisted. When I first see it as like a pro, right? Like okay, it's awareness, like not like this like over 7 billion. There's 7 billion people on the earth, but there's over 7 billion problems out there that's fucked up and messed up. You don't see a lot of people talking about it, but it takes one person or a couple people to come join as a community and go out in socials and talk about it, right?
And that's why through all of this, fam, at the end of the day, that's why I and me myself, fam, you gotta big up the people that are really trying to create something good, trying to change, whether it's Humanize the Hood and so many other platforms, so many other people that are actually trying to create good within a bad situation. You gotta shout them out. But there's a lot of twerps out there, and the twerps, they outshine the good people, the good genuine people. And the twerps, unfortunately, they're the ones that get the clicks. And they're the ones that are prevalent.
That's how the world is, you know. It's like, shout out to the people who are on here talking about social media activism. Shout out to the people that are trying to do it for real awareness and generally. But like, we're out here to talk about what we see, you know. We see it live, like, you know, down the line where like, you know, everybody, like, you have people just doing it for the cloud chasing and stuff like that. But shout out to the people. Like, that's one thing I would want to take from this episode, is like taking that from people, like social media activism. Shout out to the people that want to do it passionately.
At the end of the day, you know, like, appreciate like the people that are actually putting in the effort and using their voice for a positive way, you know, and like that. You doing that amplifies our voice, and we hope to keep amplifying others' voices. So, you know, it was amazing talking with you guys, you know, just the beginning. We're just getting started.
Yeah, but you know, real shit, this is a beginning journey. Yo, I think even though we're done episode, we're still gonna be cracking each other on the side, especially me and Chris. Them two of them convos.
But you get that.
But anyways, let's segue into like, we want to always give off like PLP, that's what we're saying. So at the end of the day, nevertheless, I'm going to give you our Benji Wilson. You know, he keeps it Benji. He keeps it 100. He's going to give us a quote of the day today, and let him say it.
And my quote of the day today is, guys, you receive what you perceive. I'm going to repeat that. You receive what you perceive.
Facts.
Real shit.
But anyways, you know, like, man basically quoted me. He didn't want me to give me credit or none, but you know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we have the fam. I told niggas if you're starting any content creating business, have a photo on the side. Because at the end of the day, they will hold your hand and they will look cute and look picture perfect. No, not as pause.
Yo,
Pause.
Anybody
Hold
in
on,
the comments?
You gotta wrap it up.
No.
wait.
Yeah,
You pause it?
After he says something there. But go ahead, free man. You're on the.
Oh.
You were. Mario, hello, goodbye, fuck off.
Wait. Hold up.
Don't know.
Mandam, Benji.
There's a bunch of links in the comments.
Yo,
if you
Marky.
guys want to tell us
It's your boy
your
Benji
situation,
signing out.
if you guys want to tell us
Yeah,
your
her.
situation, Curious Cat us, talk to us. We will live give
Ask
your
FM.
problems. Ask if I'm
Ask FM.
part 2, fam.
One thing, don't
You already
forget to shout out. Don't forget our handsome technicians.
Yeah,
in
like,
touch for you.
subscribe, comment down below, all the good stuff. If you
And
don't,
whenever-
simply fuck off, you know?
And show up.
There we go.